Stripes or solids, Scooby? I'm going to give you a minute. I'll let you look at this and think about it. Which one would you pick, stripes or solids? I'm choosing stripes because if we look down sound, 5 of the 7 stripes balls are in that region, and then there's the 8 ball, and this allows more options on that key ball, which key ball you want to use or save for last before the 8 ball to get on the 8 ball. And there's 3 solids down sound. So if we leave the stripes alone and shoot solids, we're going to have some traffic to go through to get on the key ball and the 8 ball, and it just overcomplicates it. So the point of the issue is I'm choosing stripes, but I don't know which one of these key balls I'm using to get on the 8. It's either going to be the 12 ball or the 13 ball, and that depends largely on this first shot. I'm going to hit the 10 ball as I shoot the 9 ball in the side pocket, and I'm really not positive on where that 10 ball is going. When the cue ball does hit the 10 ball, it's going to bounce. It's going to hit the left side of the 10 ball, so it's going to bounce out for a perfect shot on the 11 ball. But yeah, the 10 ball is an issue, so I'm saving my decision on which stripe ball I'm using for the key ball until after I shoot this first shot on a 9 ball. A lot just happened in my head during and right after that shot, and we're using the 12 as the key ball to get on the 8, and we're using the 14 to transfer to the right position on the 12 to get on the 8. So those 2 balls will be last. We're shooting this 11 ball to try to get straight in on this 13, and I go a little bit too far, and I'm forced to stroke the hell out of the 13 to get right on the 10 and the 15, which is going to be a combination. So there's a lot going on here, a whole lot more than meets the eye. It's not a bad idea to change your whole plan for the rest of the rack right here, because I did go a little bit too long on this 13, and I could just give up on the idea of shooting that 13 in the side and just, take something else a little bit easier. But someone here once said, I think it was Ghana, who said, I'm stubborn, and he's right. Not always. I mean, if I was gambling here, I most likely would not shoot this 13, and I would just reevaluate the plan and find something easier. But I'm sticking with it, and I'm still trying to get the right position on the 10 and the 15, and still shooting the balls in the same order I was shooting. I can make the shot all day long. I would not recommend firing a ball into the side pocket ever at this speed. But I'm just opening up my stroke a little bit, and I know I'm going to make this, and it's going to build my confidence, and the rest of the rack is just going to be easy. In fact, the rest of the set is going to be easy. So that's why I do it. It's probably not a good reason. It's a confidence builder, and I'm bending this cue ball back to the bottom rail to bounce up. And you have to be careful here. You don't want to put English on this shot. If you put left hand English, the cue ball is going to do this off that bottom rail, and if you put right hand English, the cue ball is going to do this off the bottom rail. And really, all I want is to just bounce off that bottom rail for the right shot on the combination. So I'm drawing into the bend, but there's no left or right on this. Here's another one where there's a little more to it than meets the eye. You have to shoot this combination right, because the whole objective is to leave the 10 ball in front of the pocket and in the cue ball in the right position to get up under this 14 ball when we shoot the 10 ball. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and we have a lot of room under this 14, but you don't want too much room. You still need the right angle to stun it out for this 12 ball shot. You want to be straight in on the 12 so you can either hit a stop shot and take an angle on the 8, or roll down a couple inches and get straight in on the 8. So you don't want this 10 ball getting away from you, and to assure it doesn't get away from you, we have to hit the 15 ball full with the 10 ball. So that's the whole key to this rack here. The 10 ball is on the rail, and it complicates things a little bit, but we have to put right hand English on this anyway because we're going to that right hand side rail to bounce up in position for this 14 to stun it out on the 12, and you know the rest of the story. So we're going to do the loop back now. And thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to, stay with me after the loop back, and I have a little bit of whatever you want to call it, but a lot of you will be happy you watched it. The player will do everything right. They'll get down the line up the shot. Everything is good. And then they'll take their warm-up strokes. And on the last stroke, they pull back real fast and they cut it loose. Now imagine if you were shooting a bow and arrow and you pulled back on it real fast and let it go real fast. Obviously, you're going to miss your target. Get your muscle memory into the habit of pulling back slowly on that final stroke, pausing for a second, and then pushing forward. If you can start doing this without even being aware that you're doing it, it's just a habit that you're doing it right, your game's going to improve. It's going to, in fact, it's going to improve a lot.